Welcome to the channel, everybody. Now today I have a Scum 0.95 and beyond news and updates video for you all. Let's just jump straight in, see what the devs have been up to, shall we? First up first, as always, we have programmers. The vast majority of our programmers are still hammering away at all those bugs, with the exception of a few who are continuing their work on armed NPCs. So I do feel like a lot of work that is going to be going in between now and 1.0 is obviously going to be a lot of bug fixing. I think we're all aware that there are some old bugs that have been in the game for quite some time now that do need fixing still, but I'm pretty sure we should see all these done and dusted by the time 1.0 comes along. Other than that, we can move on now to level design. Now, our level designers are sprucing up existing POIs and other parts of the map. Over the last week, the team has been optimizing the nuclear power plant, and they've continued their work on the castle ruins and walls. Work has also started on reworking the airport hangar, the military hangar, and the prison located in sector C2. So there is a lot of, as they said, sprucing going on with Scum at the moment. There are a lot of visual upgrades coming in. Obviously there's a lot of stuff going on with POIs getting reworked as well, and it's nice to see because it will just give Scum a new look and it will be even better than it already is now, and I can't wait for that. Now we're going to move on to the art team. Our art team, busy as bees, is working on a wide variety of tasks, from visually reworking items such as the small toolbox, cooked food materials and a variety of weapons, to creating the new mesh for vehicle lights. Foliage and other level optimizations are underway as well. All departments do what they can to ensure the game runs as smoothly as possible. The animators are also keeping themselves quite busy as well with new and improved animations for the quad and for the sentries when they drop from the, well, dropship. Significant progress has also been made with the NPCs in the outposts, and I heard through the grapevine that the new trailer is shaping up nicely. And as you can see at the bottom of your screens now is the new and improved craftable weapon. Okay, so we can make pistol and a shotgun. Now these have changed also, so you can actually fire a multitude of different rounds from these now. So all those random little rounds that you do find, keep hold of, okay, because you can make yourself an improvised weapon like this, as you can see on the screen, and you can shoot 5.56, 7.62, 2.2 rounds, 9mm, 4.5. There's a whole list of new ammunition that these take now, okay, and you can find on the most recent update or hotfix, I believe it was. So yeah, nice new look for this. It does look now that it's actually been made by someone, you know. I think it was a bit too polished beforehand, and this just gives it a nice sort of rustic look to it, like it's actually been handcrafted by someone, which is really nice. Now let's move on to the sound team. The sound team is still working on ambient sounds and their implementation. They are being very secretive about it, but we'll find out what they're up to soon enough. So again, I think this is quite a large rework that the sound team have been going into as of recent. Last week they spoke about new audio that they've been recording as well, so we may see a complete change in sound come into Scum at some point, but we'll have to wait and see because, as they've said, they're being very secretive about it. Now, other than the sound team, we have QA/CM. The dust has slowly been settling after the patch, and our QA/CM team is returning to business as usual, finding new bugs, testing new features, catching cheaters, and staying in contact with you all. So again, if you do have any sort of bugs, any suggestions, anything like this, obviously you can use their official website to report bugs. You can also go over to Steam General Discussions and Bug Reporting, report your bugs there, as well as any suggestions or questions you may have, and who knows, they may be answered by one of the devs. Now, let's move on to design team. Work has continued on the much anticipated quest system, while the team has also been researching ways to improve the driving camera and rebalancing the formula for meat cutting. So again, there does seem to be a lot of balancing, polishing, you know, reworking going on behind the scenes at the moment. And of course, yes, puppets and their spawns are still being worked on at this current time, okay? So quite a lot of upgrading going on for Scum at the moment, and I am all for it. Now, just going to move on to a couple of questions that I've picked out. I'd love to see more to the map, expand it or make a secondary map, more weapons and crazy new puppets. While that sounds great on paper, it's doubtful that the engine and the game would survive an additional enlargement of the map. It would be better to make the current map denser with additional POIs, buildings or whatnot. However, all of that is reserved for future post-launch support of the game. which we fully intend to deliver. For now, as we mentioned several times, our focus is on delivering the remaining features of version 1.0, along with overdue bug fixes, optimizations, system reworks, and more. So again, this sort of touches on the basis of, as I've been saying, a lot of upgrades and visual reworks and things just going on behind the scenes at the moment. And it also says to us that, after 1.0, they will be still working on this game. They are still going to be probably adding more POIs and things to the map. And as we know as well, there have been talks of this going to the modding community at some point after 1.0 as well. So who knows, there already could be modders out there thinking of new ideas and maps for Scum when they get the chance. Now, let's move on to the second question that I've picked out. When will the Hydroplane return? While we can't give a specific date for its return, we promise that all vehicles already in the game will return by the time we hit version 1.0, including the Hydroplane. So again, this has been a vehicle that I've seen a lot of people asking for back into the game. And of course, yes, they are all being reworked and upgraded into this modular system. And I don't have any sort of qualm with it because it's been a better system so far. We're getting more to do with the vehicles, more upgrades with the vehicles, more customization as well. So I'm all for it. It will take a bit of time, yes, but eventually we will get all of the vehicles back. And who knows, after 1.0, we could get even more vehicles. But that is pretty much going to be all for this week. There was no teasers over on, Twitter this week other than the new improvised weapon that they've reworked. Now, I just want to give a quick shout out to our channel members. Thank you very much for your extra and ongoing support. It's always appreciated. If you want to join them, you can do. Head to the channel, hit that join button and see what perk suits you best. But of course, if you want to support me in another way, you can do simply by liking, subscribing and hitting that notification bell. And that way, you stay up to date with all the latest Scum news, armor content, and even that random stuff I like to get up to. Until next time, see ya.